Hi and welcome to this week's episode of What's Up With. Today we're talking about the human body and sharing 15 things you probably didn't know about it. Number 1. The human body is made up of about 60% water. This is important for maintaining proper body functions and regulating body temperature. Water plays a role in many processes in the body, including digestion, circulation, and the transportation of nutrients and waste. It's important to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of fluids, as the body is unable to store water and needs a constant supply to function properly. Number 2. Your skin is your largest organ and plays a vital role in protecting your body from harm. It's made up of multiple layers and is composed of cells, sweat glands, and hair follicles. The skin serves as a protective barrier against external factors such as temperature, bacteria, and UV radiation. It's also home to about 1,000 different species of bacteria, which play a role in maintaining the health of the skin. Number 3. Your nose can detect over 1 trillion different scents, making it one of the most advanced scent detection systems in the animal kingdom. The sense of smell is closely linked to the part of the brain that controls memory and emotion, which is why certain smells can trigger strong memories or emotions. The nose is also able to detect very small amounts of certain substances, such as certain types of chemicals that can indicate the presence of danger. Number 4. Your ears aren't just for hearing, they also play a role in maintaining balance and body posture. The ear is made up of 3 main parts: the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The outer ear collects sound waves and directs them towards the eardrum, which vibrates and sends the sound waves to the middle ear. The middle ear contains 3 small bones called the ossicles, which amplify the sound waves and send them to the inner ear. The inner ear contains the cochlea, which converts the sound waves into electrical signals that the brain can interpret as sound. The inner ear also contains the vestibular system, which is responsible for maintaining balance and body posture. Number 5. The human brain is the most complex organ in the body, and scientists are still learning about all of its capabilities. It's estimated that the brain has the ability to store an almost unlimited amount of information, and it's capable of processing information at a rapid pace. The brain is also responsible for controlling and coordinating the body's functions, including movement, thought, and emotion. The brain is made up of 3 main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain and is responsible for higher functions such as thought, perception, and movement. The cerebellum is located under the cerebrum and is responsible for coordination and balance. The brainstem is located between the cerebrum and the spinal cord and is responsible for controlling essential functions such as breathing and heart rate. Number 6. The human eye is an amazing organ that allows us to see and interpret the world around us. It contains over 2 million working parts and can process images at a speed of up to 1,000 per second. The eye is made up of several parts, including the cornea, the iris, the pupil, the lens, and the retina. The cornea is the clear, outer layer of the eye that helps to focus light. The iris is the colored part of the eye that controls the size of the pupil, which is the black, central opening in the eye. Number 7. Your heart is a vital organ that pumps blood throughout your body. It's estimated that the average heart beats about 100,000 times per day, or about 3 billion times over the course of an average lifetime. The heart is made up of 4 chambers: the left and right atria, and the left and right ventricles. Blood from the body enters the right atrium and is then pumped into the right ventricle, which sends the blood to the lungs to be oxygenated. Oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium and is then pumped into the left ventricle, which sends the blood to the rest of the body. The heart is surrounded by the pericardium, a sac that contains a small amount of fluid and helps to reduce friction as the heart beats. Number 8. Your bones are much more than just a hard, lifeless structure. They are living tissues that are constantly being broken down and replaced. There are 206 bones in the adult human body, and they serve a variety of functions including support, movement, and protection. Bones are made up of a hard outer layer called the cortex, and a spongy inner layer called the trabecular bone. The bones also contain bone marrow, which is responsible for producing red and white blood cells. As we age, the rate at which bone is broken down and replaced begins to slow, which can lead to a loss of bone density and an increased risk of osteoporosis. Number 9. The human body is home to about 100 trillion bacteria, both good and bad. These bacteria play a vital role in maintaining a healthy body. The majority of the bacteria in the body are found in the gut, where they help to digest food and produce certain vitamins. The bacteria on the skin and in the mouth also play a role in maintaining the health of those areas. While some bacteria can be harmful, the majority of the bacteria in the body are beneficial, and are essential for maintaining good health. Number 10. Your body has the ability to repair and regenerate itself. For example, your liver can regenerate damaged tissue when your skin is constantly shedding and growing new cells. The body is also able to heal itself after an injury through a process called inflammation. Inflammation is the body's response to tissue damage and is characterized by swelling, redness, and pain. While inflammation can be uncomfortable, it's an important part of the healing process as it helps to remove damaged tissue and promotes the growth of new tissue. Number 11. The human body contains about 100,000 miles of blood vessels, including arteries, veins, and capillaries. These vessels transport blood throughout the body, carrying oxygen and nutrients to the cells and removing waste products. The arteries carry oxygenated blood away from the heart and towards the body's tissues, while the veins carry deoxygenated blood back to the heart. The capillaries are the smallest blood vessels and are responsible for exchanging nutrients, oxygen, and waste products between the blood and the body's tissues. Number 12. The human body is capable of adapting to different environments and conditions. For example, if you live at a high altitude, your body will produce more red blood cells to help compensate for the thinner air. Red blood cells contain a protein called hemoglobin, which binds to oxygen and carries it to the body's tissues. At high altitudes, there is less oxygen in the air, so the body produces more red blood cells to help increase the amount of oxygen that is carried to the tissues. Similarly, if you live in a cold climate, your body will produce more fat to help keep you warm. Fat acts as insulation and helps to maintain body temperature. Number 13. The human body is able to regulate its own temperature through a process called thermoregulation. The body produces heat through metabolism, and it loses heat through the skin, sweat glands, and respiratory system. The body's temperature is regulated by the hypothalamus, a part of the brain that controls the body's temperature and sends signals to the body to adjust its heat production or loss as needed. The body's temperature is affected by external factors such as the temperature of the environment, as well as internal factors such as the body's metabolism and the amount of physical activity being performed. Number 14. The human body has the ability to sense and respond to pain. Pain receptors, called nociceptors, are located throughout the body and are activated when the body is damaged or injured. The brain interprets the signals from the nociceptors as pain and sends signals to the body to respond accordingly. The body's response to pain can vary depending on the severity of the pain and the individual's pain tolerance. Pain can be acute, meaning it is short-term and usually goes away once the cause of the pain is resolved. Pain can also be chronic, meaning it lasts for a longer period of time and may require ongoing management. Number 15. The human body is made up of many different types of cells, including muscle cells, nerve cells, and blood cells. Muscle cells are responsible for movement, nerve cells are responsible for transmitting signals throughout the body, and blood cells are responsible for carrying oxygen and nutrients to the cells and removing waste products. Each type of cell has a specific function and is essential for the body to function properly. There are three main types of muscle cells: skeletal muscle cells, smooth muscle cells, and cardiac muscle cells. Skeletal muscle cells are responsible for voluntary movement and are attached to bones by tendons. Smooth muscle cells are found in the walls of internal organs and are responsible for involuntary movement. Cardiac muscle cells are found in the heart and are responsible for pumping blood throughout the body. Nerve cells, also known as neurons, are responsible for transmitting signals throughout the body. They transmit signals through electrical and chemical signals and are essential for communication between the body's systems. Blood cells are produced in the bone marrow and include red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells are responsible for carrying oxygen to the body's tissues, white blood cells help to fight infection, and platelets help to form blood clots to stop bleeding. So there you have it, 15 things you didn't know about the human body. We hope you learned something new today. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for more What's Up With Facts.